What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
This is Unwaxed
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unwaxed podcast with your favorite hosts and sisters in duo, Dream Team Sophia and Tantina. That's what I'm calling myself. Tantina. So we were just in Palm Beach for the last, I would say 5 days. Yeah. We're kind of celebrating our little sister Scarlett's birthday, which ended up, we'll talk about that, ended up being a very fun and boozy night. But we also ended up being in the sun, laying by the water for 3 days straight. And when I tell you, everyone said I looked happier as a human being.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I scorched my skin.
Yeah.
Sizzled, fried. It looks a little normal, but that is also why I'm wearing a bandeau, trying to show off some tan lines.
I think tan lines are hot.
Can we get a male's perspective on this?
Is tan
Because
lines
why
hot?
do
Yes,
all
I can
men...
confirm that tan lines are
See,
very hot.
I have a little
What's
one.
the lore there?
I don't know. It's something about the contrast.
It is.
And then your mind goes to, how
Boobs.
they arrived.
But here's where you guys are wrong, okay? Tan lines on the shoulders, very attractive. On the waist, super cute. But as a female, when you're in the mirror, taking a shower, and you look out after, and you just see like
I don't think it's
pasty
bad.
white boobs and really...
I'm going to be honest. That's my favorite
That's
part.
what I'm saying.
That's my favorite
No,
part.
it's cool.
I was like,
cool.
this doesn't look normal.
I think it's hot. I don't know what it is. Every time I see these girls on TikTok
Interesting.
with these super stark tan lines, and I'm like, God, they look so cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I haven't had a tan line since the War of 1812. Like, I really haven't been in the sun that long because I'm scared of it. I wear sunscreen every single day. I don't ever tan myself. My mom, I think, scared me. Did anyone else have this? Like, my mom dumped sunscreen on
Well,
us when we were
that's
growing
because
up.
she was a valley girl, and her friends every day after school would put baby oil, lie out by the beach, and put tinfoil around them every day. And then she
Yeah.
worked in a tanning bed salon, so like of course
No,
her skin
so
is fried.
she's freaked out because she doesn't want us to get hyperpigmentation and have sunspots and skin cancer, which is valid. The sun is scary at some points, but I always had this worry that I was going to get skin cancer if I just stepped in the sun sometimes. So I always protected my skin, which is good.
Okay.
But I'm glad that I just was like, you know what? No sunscreen this weekend.
You're so bad. You better calm down. You bad
You can't
girl.
stop
Go on
me.
with your bad self. You better relax.
It felt really good.
Actually, I was listening to this other podcast. You know, I can't confirm whether this guy had any scientific data backing this statement, but he sounded legit, so I'm going to believe it. He was saying that people who are tan typically are more successful in business and end up making more money. And then the other guy was like, how do you back that statement? He said,
can.
well, when you're tan, your confidence already goes up. Your persona, you already feel like more wanting to go out, wanting to work harder when you walk into a room. There's a glow about you naturally. So he said there's something about having that color on your skin makes you feel better, which makes you want to work harder. And I don't know, all these trickling things.
It's
And I
true.
said, they want to get me. They want to get me for that
They
one.
agree. Yeah, they agree.
No, but I mean,
no, it's true.
Maybe.
Because I feel like the last few months we've been in this like little winter depressive state.
Yes, seasonal depression.
Seasonal depression
Yes.
a little bit. And I was saying to Sistine, we just need to utilize the ocean. Like, let's go every single day, swim, get some...
except there were sharks.
There were sharks.
There were sharks.
There were sharks around us. I'm not
There's
gonna
like
lie.
a 5-foot reef shark,
Yeah,
nursing shark.
There
I
was
don't
a
know what you
lot
call
of
them.
sharks in Florida. But I literally kept saying, I felt so relaxed. We didn't work out. We didn't do anything. We were sitting inside, and the news pops up, and the headline literally says, sun and water make people happier. It was like a headline of CNN News. And I go, I called it.
I don't know. I'm not really a beach girl. I'm not going to lie to you.
I love the beach. She hates sand. She just doesn't like sand.
First of all, who likes sand?
It's
You
a
wanna-
nuisance. The sand part of it is a nuisance.
Thank you. You want to have a beach
cares?
picnic? Like, the idea of it's cute. The logistics of you're constantly having to bring the blanket up and out to
No,
put sand.
but-
Then you got sand in your sandwich.
No.
Like, what's the point?
Okay, the point is this. If you go to the beach with like a bunch of stuff, yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass. But when you're going with a water, a book, and a towel and a bathing suit, easy. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about anything. I think it's when you bring the umbrellas and then you bring the sandwiches and then you bring the seagulls and then
Well, then
you
what's
like,
the point?
You have to go to the beach like a dude, like completely
Yeah.
unprepared. Like you thought about the plan about 50 or 3 seconds beforehand and bring literally nothing. Maybe a speaker, a football.
You're telling me you don't plan
I don't plan
your
whatsoever.
outfit
No.
for the beach?
No, you don't
My
plan an
outfit is a
outfit.
pair of shorts.
You're not a woman, clearly.
Oh, wait, can I just say, just to preface this, tan lines are for the girls. Guys, tan lines are not cute.
Such an ick.
I'm sorry.
We're in
Board
a-
short tan line. Boy, your farmer's tan.
so bad.
My ex had the worst farmer's tan. I was like, can you just hike him up an inch?
Tan lines are for girls. Guys like with the white butts.
Oh,
like,
the white butts. What is up with that? Boys,
it's so,
come on.
It's so funny because that is probably the one place that literally
I have
never
a
You want us
question.
just to go cheeks out? Like, what do you want us to
Well,
do
that's
exactly?
I feel bad
Actually-
for guys a little bit because they can't. I mean, you can wear a Speedo, but you can't like wear a,
I mean, I was tempted at one moment during this weekend to expose my perineum. Is that the right word for it?
I don't know what that means
rectum?
whatsoever. What?
your butthole.
To the sun, because apparently that's the only place where the sun don't shine, and you get about 3,000% more vitamin D in your body if
I can
You
feel
move
that.
the
There's
sun.
vitamins, you know?
There's
but
things
like-
you can take.
3 minutes of that.
I don't know.
Boom.
I can't.
I'm like 8,000% stronger.
Can you just picture me walking into
Just downward dog.
down to the beach for my morning coffee, and you were just ass up in the sun?
You're welcome.
I'm like, okay, that woke me up. I don't need this coffee anymore.
Sunny side up.
Yeah, no, but it was such a great weekend. I think Sistine and I actually agreed to each other that this was probably the most enjoyable time we had in Palm Beach since we've moved in a weird way.
I mean, I think people can relate when you get together as a family. It's always a little bit chaotic or stressful
Yeah.
time, or you guys are bickering, or there's too many moving parts. But this felt like the first time in years where I went home and I wasn't breaking out in rash.
No,
It was fantastic.
Well, it's because we didn't have any plans. Like no one booked dinners. No one said we had to do anything. There was no organization. It was just do what you want to do. And everyone, for some reason, was unanimously going, let's all go outside. Let's all go for a walk.
Well,
Let's
except
go-
we did have one hiccup.
Which one?
So it was Scarlett's birthday.
Oh,
We had a
yes.
beautiful day, a great dinner. You know, of course, when you're around family for long enough, there's going to be a fight. All right, there's going to be a fight. I, thankfully, was not involved in said fight. So I was uncomfortable and laughing and giggling, trying to break the ice, that I just kept drinking. I kept drinking 1, 2, 3, and then I got the giggles. And then I texted Chris in a group chat. Don't get any ideas.
I was in group chat.
Don't
I
get
was
any
in group
ideas.
chat.
And I was pitching. I'm like, Chris, how do you feel about doing a drunk episode? And all this. And I don't know what I was going off about, but Sophia was the fighter. I was the drunk. And what did I say to you at that one?
Oh, so by the way, I'm also getting a little drunk. And she's acting like I wasn't. I had a couple cocktails. I was starting in my third,
But I was
which is
bad.
enough. And for some reason, Sistine just to deflect, she starts biting my arm, and she goes, "Nom nom nom nom, you're so yummy." And then,
Pharaoh.
I know, and then I told her, I'm like,
Well, I bit it. I was like, yum. Okay, because here's the thing. I had a whole plate of chicken and fries, and I was the only one that licked the sauce plate clean because I had the drunchies. I was really hungry. So then I see her arm, and I bit her arm, and I was like, yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, and I told her, I was like, I've looked. She's like, "You're so delicious." I'm like, "Cause I'm 5 pounds overweight." Like,
Hold on. No, that's not why.
So
That's foul.
yeah,
No, you're not.
it's okay.
Be nicer to yourself. That's actually, we had a very deep conversation that involved some tears at the end of that night.
Oh yeah, it was. You know when you get emotional after a night of drinking with your sisters, Chris, you get that.
I have one sister. Yeah, it'll happen.
It was fun.
It was the come down.
It was like
Also, Jennifer dropped the cake.
Oh
on the
my
ground.
God, we forgot about that. Jennifer dropped Scarlett's birthday cake. Our mom was walking out. And by the way, my mom doesn't mess up. She's like one of those women that just has it all put together.
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 a.m, she'll look like a superstar. She's walking with this cake. She's so excited. And I guess the
It
cake was on
slid.
top of something else, and it slid off the topping, and it went right
So
on top of itself.
what did I do to make another bad situation good? I got on my hands and knees with the dogs eating the cake.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
It was so funny.
I was gone.
I know. I heard it was good.
It was so good.
I'm so pissed. All the dogs ate it. I didn't get
And
to
me.
eat it.
Hello.
And you. Think it was this close to hitting the carpet.
I
like
know.
a centimeter.
But anyway, we had this really deep emotional
Yeah.
bonding talk between Scarlett, my mom, and us. And it kind of put a lot of things into perspective.
Yeah, I know.
And I know we jotted some of them down because we really wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
You're going off of, I made the joke about like the 5 pounds. Obviously, like that's not a big deal. And who cares? Like fluctuation, whatever. But Sistine was just saying like, why aren't we nicer to ourselves in general?
Yes.
You know?
Why are we so mean
We're
to
so
ourselves?
mean to ourselves.
We're so nice to other people, but
know.
I don't know if it's an age thing or a
Yeah.
mentality thing, and maybe you can't relate, which good for you. But like for years, especially this last year, I was so mean to myself. Like I could only find things wrong with myself. I was so negative. I didn't think I was smart enough,
Me too.
capable enough, pretty enough. Like there was always something.
Oh, I constantly always looked in the mirror. I was like, do I look good? Do I look thin? Do I look this? Do I look that? And
Like-
it's just constant. I'm like, what the hell?
And it's so wild because sometimes, you know how they always say you take a picture of yourself and then you look at it and you're like, oh my God, that's the worst photo of me ever.
Yeah.
And then you look at it a few years later and you say, why did I hate that picture?
Yeah,
It's
why was I
really
so
good
hard
of
on
me.
myself there?
And I'm just so sick. And I think I had this sort of snap out of it realization because once you're in that mentality of negative self-talk and being down to yourself, which by the way, really does trickle into every single aspect of your life. Like it affects your friendships. It affects the way your family
Yeah.
looks at you. It kind of ruins everything. And you get into this really dark sinkhole.
The way you treat yourself mentally is the way you're going to affect relationships around you. It's almost like you accept the love you think you deserve. It's almost as if you accept the jobs, you accept the behaviors, you accept the bad things that happen in life because you don't think yourself of value. And that's the thing.
But I think it's a dialogue thing, right?
Yeah.
Like every time you look in the mirror and you try to see like, oh shoot, do these pants make me look bloated? Or like, do my shoulders look really broad? Or like,
Right.
my hair looks like shit. Like you're always finding something wrong. But like, how often do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I look really good today? Or
I
like,
know.
I'm really proud of you today. I love my body.
But you know, it's especially in your like 20s and 30s. Like these are, and also obviously, I know we have like older listeners, but I'm just saying when you're in your 20s, everyone knows that's a super, super insecure time of your life. So I'm just speaking on that. I'm not saying that anything else is better or worse, but I'm saying when you're in your 20s, this is kind of your prime in a way. Like this is when you're growing up, you feel like you have this independence, and I'm like looking at my body going, this is pre-kids, this is pre-husband, this
Babe,
is pre-
you're in your
stress.
prime
like,
now.
That's what I'm saying. We are in our prime and we're giving ourselves crap for such minor things
Yes.
and being so hard on ourselves.
But you know what's weird? You know how some people, you look at them and you're like, wow, they have all the confidence in the world.
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't.
Just figured out that if you tell yourself enough times that you're confident, that you're the baddest bitch walking down the street, that you deserve the best, then you actually start to believe it. So I made this whole epiphany happen at that crying drunk come down session. And I said, I am so excited for this next chapter of my life where I want to just be happy.
Yeah.
And not care so much. And
Yeah.
not do things to make other people like me more. Like, I like me. And if you don't like me, fuck you.
I agree.
Respectfully.
No, I agree.
Right?
Oh God. I mean, I feel like, I'm gonna vent about this a little bit. About what I'm going a little bit. Because speaking of having
I'm
people
gonna pull my tits up.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. I wasn't gonna bring
Strap
this.
in.
I wasn't gonna bring this up, but like speaking about, I think a lot of factors into why you're not feeling good. I'm not talking about you, but just why people sometimes feel bad is the way that other people treat you. This is all relational, by the way, relationship stuff. When you put your heart and your soul to someone that is saying all the right things to you, but not giving you it, you need to also look at the big picture here. My point is that sometimes it's hard to, take a step back and go, what's my value? What's my worth? Because then I almost went into this rabbit hole of going, what's wrong with me? Instead of going, what's wrong with this person? Like, why are they? But do you know what I'm saying? It's because it's so easy. It's so easy to get caught up in the insecurity going like, am I not pretty enough? Am I not nice enough? Am I not smart enough? And it's not that, And then, some people in life are just not going to be that person for you. Or do you know what I'm trying to say here?
As long as I get what you're trying to say, do you feel
I feel like I'm not articulating it
No,
well.
but I understand what you're trying to say. Do you feel like, though, because the situation isn't going in your favor, that you find yourself finding flaws within you.
Yeah, I am.
That's
because
the issue. Do you truly believe, and Chris, I'm curious what you think, do you truly believe that everything happens for a reason? And that everything works its way out the way it's supposed to?
I don't know about everything. I think that there's probably reasons for things happening, and it's hard to pinpoint what they are exactly.
Right.
But I do think life has a way of moving things out of the way that aren't supposed to be there, and also bringing things in that are supposed to be there.
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
If you're doing the right things, also, you know,
Right.
like what you're doing has a role in that too. So
Right.
if you're doing stuff that's not as, you know, positive or healthy, at least,
right.
you could be doing things that are, you know, nice and good, and you could be genuine on your end. But if it's not something that's healthy, you're not part of a healthy dynamic, then
This is all going to tie into what we were just saying, because I think that a lot of people, especially, I think love is a very, very, very hot topic, strong emotion for every single person in our lives. I think it's the one thing we can all relate to when it comes to dating and love. It's pretty much the universal emotion that most of us, maybe not everyone, but most of us want to feel. And so what my point is that I realized when I took a step back, because we were having this conversation with each other of going like, be nicer to ourselves. But it's also like, start to look at yourself of value, of seeing yourself in a higher standard.
And that doesn't make you arrogant.
And it doesn't
or
make you
cocky.
arrogant. Like, is it
You
too
should.
hard to ask for someone to fight for me, to choose me, to want me? Like, is it hard to?
But
it's not, because
are you putting up with it because of the value you're putting on yourself right now? Because if you truly felt,
I actually don't. I feel like I've actually, because I have you, because we've had these conversations, I feel like I am fighting for myself.
Yes.
But I'm the only one protecting myself. And you are. And this is also another point, is that I feel like in life, you are your own advocate. You know,
Yeah.
you are your own support team. You'll have, of course, if you're blessed with friends and family and maybe a good relationship, yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, you're waking up with you and you're going to bed with you. And what you want in your life, you should get. Like, some people are okay with, you know, laxing and cruising through something. Like, I'm not like that. I'm someone that likes action. I like big announcements or big proclamations or some sort of sign that shows, you know, you want me and I want you. But it also, I have to just do that for myself sometimes. Like, you have to also just fight for yourself. And not everyone is you cannot rely on everyone to make you happy. I think that's my point at the end of the day. You can't rely on everyone's criticisms and, you know, telling you look pretty enough. Like, I shouldn't wait for Sistine the dinner when I said, 5 times. I shouldn't wait for her to say to me, like, no, you look good, you look fit. Like, I should just say that to myself. Like, why am I waiting for your validation? Why am I waiting for their validation to tell me that they like me? Like, yes.
anything else you want to get off your chest? I get what you're saying.
I'm
now.
stressed.
I know you're stressed.
Clearly, I was not going to bring this up, but I feel like if anyone's going through, I don't even know if anyone knows what I'm going through.
Well, here's what's freaky. I feel like we blinked our eyes and aged 5 years. I literally feel 20 yesterday.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're in our mid-20s, late 20s,
Yes, I'm turning 28 this year.
makes me feel a little bit regretful of how I've spent my time. Of course, everything's a learning lesson, but I think I spent so much of it worried about the wrong things.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited to start living and being happier, which is so stupid. And it sounds like, oh yeah, just...
No, it's not stupid.
You know, some people are like, say you talk to someone who's going through depression and they go, just stop being depressed. Like, well... You can't, no,
Yeah, right.
that doesn't
Right.
happen. But I really do think, though, if someone's going through this and they're feeling in a rut in any sort of aspect in their life, work hard on it. It's like practicing for any sport. Like, you need to practice every single day, being nicer to yourself, hyping your own self up, because again, when you don't have someone doing that for you, which is a really bad habit of us, we
rely on these guys
Yeah.
to tell us that we're good enough or they love us enough.
So now being almost
And they
3
always
years single,
bamboozle.
baby, I'm having to learn it on my own.
I know, we get bamboozled and we're like, why? And we're like, because we put all of our eggs in their basket
point being
and not
is,
in ours.
I thought all of last year, I was like, wow, this sucks. I am going to be this way forever. Like, this is just my new brain. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to be a sadder person. I'm just going to always talk to myself like this. It's going to be a shitty, long-ass life dealing with it, but I'll deal with it because I have. I swear to God, I don't even know who that girl is. I don't even know who
her.
that girl was. We're just like, who is she?
She's not there.
No, she is not there. But my point being is, I had a really interesting story. He was my parents' family friend.
No, he's an adult.
He's a
married.
father.
He's
He's
a very sweet man.
So we got seated next to each other at this group dinner. And he's really successful real estate agent, and he has everything. He's a beautiful wife, a gorgeous family of girls. Like, he has it all. And I was telling him just about how, it's tough being in your mid-20s. It's, it's fun, but it's tough, and you questioned yourself. And he goes, Sistine, I'm going to stop you right there. I could tell you the last time that I was relaxed because I never forgot it. And I said, when? He goes, I was 26 years old. I remember it was around 1 or 2 p.m. I just had lunch. I was taking a nap. I remember the window being open and the curtain flowing in the window. And I remember sitting up after that nap and realizing, oh my God, I have no stresses. I have no worries. I woke up feeling refreshed, recharged, well slept.
Yeah.
He goes, the reason I can remember that was the last time I was relaxed is because I got married the next year. I started a family. Not that anything was wrong with that. My career was taking off. He goes, I completely wish that I could have one day of that back, because when you become adult and when life's fully starts in high gear, you're going to take that for granted.
Yeah, it's not about you anymore. It's about your family. It's about your kids. Like, you're going to...
So, the time is now.
Remember,
we gotta go.
Wait, do you remember what my friend told me about flamingos? No, this is a good one.
What is this transition?
No, listen, it ties into it, I promise.
Okay.
Flamingos tie in.
Tell me.
Did you know that flamingos lose their pink after having a child from the trauma?
Huh?
Yeah. So flamingos, if you look it up, they get gray when they have a child because of the stress and trauma of raising a child. Isn't that wild? They lose their color. And it makes me think about I'm not saying that you're going to lose your pink when you have a child and that you're going to be like dull and colorless, but life gets stressful. And look at this flamingo went from pink to gray. And it was just because of family. The flamingo's happy. It has its family. It has its kids.
It's because there's a good chance the mother or father who's tired out from their little one.
See? Isn't that wild? Did you know that?
I did not.
You did know.
I did not know.
See?
I did not
Well,
know
I guess
that.
the same thing happens to me. Like, we lose our tan when we're hungover. You just look pale in the
Why do
morning.
you always minimize
You look really
my
pale in
thing?
the
I
morning.
literally did. Oh, you're so annoying. She's so frustrating.
There's different types of stress, though.
Yeah.
And that's a good stress, but things in life are hard sometimes. Sometimes it's worth going through, and sometimes it's not. though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
You have to decide what you want to put yourself through and what you don't want to put yourself through. And I think that if it's something that is making you feel dull, questionable, sad, decide what start to change
agree.
it. Change that.
I think, and I hope everyone takes this into their own life, but I think give yourself the grace to grow as a person.
Yeah.
These are the fun times. And maybe I'm saying this on the podcast right now because it's another verbal affirmation that I have to speak into existence to remind myself to do the same thing. But we're shifting our mindsets. This is a whole new Sistine.
Yeah.
She's so
Well,
happy.
it's a whole new Unwaxers. If your mindset is wonky and you're feeling bad and down and you're giving your love to a person that's not reciprocating, or you're not giving
Give it to
love to
yourself.
yourself, or you just don't feel good, change it. It's 2024.
Speaking of Unwaxers.
What?
We met the coolest Unwaxer the other day.
Oh, okay.
Megan on the West Side Highway. Megan, what's up, girl? By the way, loved her energy. She was giving total hot girl energy.
Yeah, she really was.
Unwaxers are hot. I will say it again. I will say it till I die. She was so cool.
She was so
I think
cool.
that is every time that happens, I literally go, am I being punked?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
still.
Well, every time one of these girlies comes up to us, we literally have a light fired under our ass going,
I start doing
this
like
is why
jumping
we do
jacks.
this.
I'm like, yay. Like, I'm
Yeah,
so happy.
we're like, this is why we do this. So this is why. And I love seeing people's responses going like, you guys are the same in person. I'm like, thank you. I promise how we are here is how we are out there. It does not change. Energy level, conversation wise, we're actually probably crazier out there.
Actually, our podcast did
What did it do?
make another interaction on the West Side Highway.
Oh, this is funny. Actually, I want to tell the story. So we're power walking. Also, we see a lot of people because we also saw
I saw Mr. Pickle.
Mr. Pickle. Guys, it was a very fun-filled walk. But
I didn't say hi.
so
duh.
basically, Susie's laughing at me because I'm pretty much in my own head. I'm not really focused on dating anybody. I'm like,
But you're worried about how you look, which is, again, something we're working on.
my ponytail was wonky.
She kept saying, oh, my hair, Chris, the whole time. Oh, my hair. Oh, my hair. Looking at oh, my
Hey,
hair. Is it bad like this? Is it
West
good
Side
like this?
Highway is the place you
I
gotta
was
look
like,
good.
babe, who cares? So I'll give you my POV because you were looking down, fixing your ponytail.
Yeah, I wasn't really, but I didn't really care about people running by.
She looks up for 1 second. There's just like 6'4", attractive male. And I said, Sophia, he's looking right at you. Look up. Oh, no, he's not. I look like shit. Oh, no, he's
My
not.
ponytail's not high enough.
I was like, babe, see, again, like, you're wrong. And then we walk about 10 more feet, and then he runs back the other way. And I said, I guarantee in 5 minutes, he only did that to run back around to talk to you. And she goes, no, you're full of shit. That's not happening. What did he do? Run right up to Sophia. Although she thinks I cock-blocked the conversation.
No, she didn't cockblock, but the entire conversation, like,
was third
I
wheeling.
was just like, I wasn't really even interested that much, but I was just like being nice. I'm like, okay, we'll converse a little bit.
Well, the point being is he said that he saw our podcast.
I saw our podcast reels, and now it's like whatever. But what's funny is he's super nice. We're talking about dogs, but like this, for example, he'll say he like wants a golden doodle in the city, and I go, oh, same. Mrs. Sistine goes, oh, so Sophia does too, and then he'll say something else. She goes, did you know Sophia also loves the color
I was
blue?
like, you guys have
Like-
so much in common.
And then she just
And
like,
then at the end, he goes, can I get your number? I'm like, I thought you'd never ask her.
I'm like, what is she
That's
doing?
hilarious. That's hilarious.
But it was funny.
Point, Sistine.
Yeah.
I feel like I broke the ice.
No, yeah, he's sweet, but I don't think we're gonna go out because his cousin DM'd me and said that he wishes he went out with me instead.
Wait, that's why?
Yeah.
Wait, read
Why
the
is
DM.
that?
Well,
Why?
it's not hit the main reason. I just don't want
His
to feel like going out
cousin
with anybody.
DMs her and said, hey, I heard my cousin blank is going out with you. I'm low-key kind of jealous. I'm like,
It'd be your own cousin.
your own
be your
cousin
own
outed
cousin.
you.
So
Which,
weird.
by the way,
I just found that a little weird for me. I was like, oh, I don't want to get in this family thing.
It's like, oh my god, don't fight over me.
No,
but
Keep
not
fighting.
even that.
But the
Opposite-
same, a
opposite
very
of that.
similar
No.
thing happened.
No, he looked like he was. I think he was like young kid.
Yeah, he looked young. But the same thing happened recently with a set of cousins that were both going after
Oh,
each cousin.
yeah, this is a couple
And then
months
when
ago.
I went on a date with one cousin, he told me verbatim, I just want to let you know your sister's way too good for my cousin. He's a total gaslighter. He will string her on. He will ghost her and hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
But then they acted like best friends. So
It
I
was
was like,
so weird. I'm like, are
Whoa.
cousins the cousin?
secret sauce?
You guys, I guess if you're dating someone new, talk to the cousin.
Talk to the cousin,
I feel like
I guess.
siblings are too close. Cousins will give you the tea.
I know.
because they're like not so they're not related. I mean, they're related, but they're not. So,
I feel like cousins would be more like friends, though. You know, it's like
no,
there's more
I mean,
distance.
I agree. I feel like a lot of cases, a lot of people are friends with their cousins, but I don't know. And I guess these set of cousins seem like they were friends. But anywho, nice guy, but I don't. Yeah, no. I'm on
Chris,
the
do you know
mindset
anything
to do
about
it.
building juice?
What?
Yeah.
You say building juice?
Building juice. You know when you're walking on the sidewalk and then you just get hit with like a random drop of water and you're
I think it's usually like air conditioning condensation.
Yeah, it's building juice.
we call it building juice.
Okay. Yeah,
And we
that's
think-
much grosser.
Well, listen, it got
Yeah.
in my eye. Should I be concerned?
Sorta, yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
She said it was a little irritating because
no.
we were walking. It's super hot today. All of a sudden, this big drop of water from the building hit her eyeball, and so
Like
we're like,
right
"Is
in
she gonna die?"
What
How
did
long
I
has
do?
it been?
Yesterday?
Oh, you're fine.
Oh.
You're
Are
fine.
you
If-
sure it's not mutating her genes? And
if-
she's
Shut
gonna.
the fuck up.
If something's gonna happen,
She's
it happens
becoming
within
eroded.
24 hours.
24 hours.
Has it been 24 hours?
What if it's one of those like secret disease that lives in you and then 2 years later?
I guess.
explodes
I
or
guess
something.
live in the moment or whatever you guys were saying.
I guess.
Oh God.
Let's do a freaking listener question.
Why do you talk like this? Okay.
My voice?
Hey. Okay, no, we're starting. Okay, so this is a listener question from Anonymous. Hey, first of all, I love your podcast. It really lifts up my mood every time, and it makes me overthink less. Good, because we'll do it for you.
Yes.
My question. So I'm living in Paris right now.
Oui, baguette.
Oh my God. Awesome.
You gotta say it again.
I was just saying, like, I don't even know. I think I was trying to say, like,
Enchanté.
Yeah, I was trying to say enchanté. Au revoir.
Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq.
Okay, cool. So I'm living in Paris right now, less than a month, and I meet this French guy.
Uh-oh.
We had 3 dates, which
Okay.
is, in parentheses, we just met at night, and he stayed over my place.
Oh.
And he was cute and also texted me that he was thinking of me and so on. We've only seen each other on the weekends when he stays at my place, but he says I'm not a booty call for him. But I only hear from him on the weekend. She put like a rolling eyes face. I know I can't expect much because he knows I'm leaving soon, but for me, it's hard to not get attached when I'm already am. I still enjoy my time with him every day because we also cuddle and we talk all the time the morning after, but I feel like his actions, well, very interesting, his actions don't match his words.
Interesting.
Interesting. It sounds like something interesting. Obviously, I don't know if I should just have fun with him and enjoy or stay true to myself and don't get played like that. I don't want to get hurt.
All right. I think you and I can relate on this. I am not the type of person that can be casually intimate with someone and not attached feelings. I have a condition where I quite literally will be so attached and possibly think I'm falling in love. So if you feel like you being intimate with this person is giving you feelings, stop being intimate with this person because 1, you're leaving. 2, I don't necessarily, Frenchmen are a little,
I will say
too
they're
suave.
suave for me. I think I'd be bamboozled by a French man.
I think because
Yeah.
they're maybe so good with their words that
Yeah,
he
because
is
they-
going to say anything
I'm
just
sorry.
to get laid.
A guy that speaks French and has a French accent.
Well, but by the way, girl, the fantasy you're living is what we all live. You go to Paris for a few days, you meet this French man, he's probably like showing you the freaking Eiffel Tower
God.
and giving you bottles of
He's
wine
giving
and
you
it's
like
romantic.
the Parisian outlook.
And maybe you're
But no, but
smoking a cigarette on the balcony
Actually,
after. What?
she said he only texts her on the weekends and around nighttime. So he's not giving her the rendezvous.
So
Paris
unfortunately,
tour.
you're going to have to read between the lines, as much as I hate to say it.
If this was a guy that was saying to you that he wants to keep communicating with you, that he shows you around outside in the daytime to all the places, meet his friends, and spend this time with you because he genuinely wants to be with you during the week and not just the weekend, I would say absolutely. Like, why not? I want you to have your little rom-com moment. But
Yeah.
we love you. Like, I want to make sure that you're protected, and you should just realize that and this isn't something you should regret or feel guilty about, because I will say this, I think you can also take this with a grain of salt. You had an amazing experience
Yeah, think
in
about it. You're
Paris.
going to be that mom one day, like, oh, I met this French man.
Exactly. Do you know
Tell
how
your
cool
kids
that
about
is?
it. Oh, yeah.
I
Super
can't say
cool.
that.
Nope.
I've never been to Paris and had like some Parisian romantic.
I had a guy fake an accent. That was the closest.
Oh, see, that's yeah. Imagine if you dated someone that had a fake accent for like a year, and he's like, I'm just actually from
That's
Cincinnati.
wild.
Wait, so you fell for a fake accent, just to clarify?
It was Australian. It was
He
really
did a-
good, though.
He did was he like at least like British,
like-
or was there something
Yeah,
adjacent?
No.
Really?
No.
And you just fell for it?
I'm a sucker for an accent.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fair. How long?
One date,
1 day? Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Also, a psychopath move.
he got drunk.
That's a really weird mood.
accent stopped. I was like,
That's a psychopath
Sounds like a
move.
movie.
actually, one of my guy friends too, you know him, one of my really good guy friends does an incredible Australian accent, and he says it gets him extremely lucky.
Yeah, I could see,
So-
especially
I
when
can
you're
see
going
that.
out and stuff. But
Yeah.
like on a date is a little crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's a
but
little
wait,
wild.
going back to you, my biggest regret for you, because I don't want you feeling hurt or betrayed or led on or left in the dust. Enjoy the rest of your trip. You don't want to look back on this experience and be like, why did I spend all that time worrying about this guy and now he's gone and what a waste. I should have just enjoyed the city more. I think if you are able to put him in a box where you can just have fun with him on the weekends and then not let it affect your mood the rest of the days, then do it. If you don't think you can, which I probably could not, I would just cut it off entirely.
Yeah, because, I would, unless you think that there's something more with this guy that he's giving you, not just
he's
I'm
giving.
saying, no, listen,
This is
unless-
exactly.
I just said, unless he's giving you action and just not words, like she was just saying, I would say, yeah, but don't take a guy for just his word. We're all learning this.
When a man shows you who they are, believe them. Okay? I'm talking to you, wee baguette. We see you. We know what you're doing to our girl, and I'm not happy about it. I'm gonna fly to Paris and beat your ass with a baguette.
You better stay away from the West Side Highway.
Yeah, you gotta stay away. Catch these hands.
Out of the city.
You gotta catch
Stay
these
out of
hands.
Manhattan.
No, you don't even wear deodorant, I bet.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Well,
Don't French people smell?
just
I shouldn't
choose
say
you.
that.
We're fighting for you, and we want you to be happy. So get on that first flight
Honestly,
home.
though, you are living a fantasy.
You are really a fantasy. It's like, that's kind of fun.
Wait, I'm so backwards. Like, you are, Chris, you are living what every girl's like, oh my God, wouldn't that just be the most romantic
We're too
experience?
chicken to do that.
But, like, she's living it.
So she's living it for us.
Can
Don't
you
be hurt.
Can you please give us an update?
No, okay, we're telling her to leave him, but you're
No,
telling us
but
to give us
maybe
an
she
update?
won't. Maybe she won't. I just want to know how it plays out.
Whatever you do, we support you.
The only way I say it's acceptable for him to get back into your life and your bedroom, I expect him to serenade you out the window.
Yes. Yes.
Something a
With
French man would
baguette
do.
in front of the Eiffel Tower and a bottle of wine under a picnic.
At the least.
Above a picnic.
Maybe an escargot.
blanket. Escargot, no.
Something fancy.
Well, that's our episode.
Oh, it is?
Yes. Okay, so thank you guys for listening. Please listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Give us that 5-star and review, please. It does help us. Please keep sending in your DMs and all the questions because we will, just like this, answer them. We love hearing from you. And yeah, so thank you guys. And I know that was a pretty, I was being very vague, but that's all I can say. And I don't know if I was. Or
Sophia, we're just out here doing our best.
I'm just trying to.
Hey. But I'm
What?
proud of you. Are you proud of yourself?
I'm proud of myself.
There we go. We're already learning. We
All
love
right.
you.
We love
See
you
you
guys.
next Tuesday.
Bye.